Hey mermaids! So this week's video is a little bit on compassion for yourself and to stop judging yourself so much. I know this seems to be a lot of what we talk about, but next week we're going to change things up in the group a little bit. We're going to do the deep dive together. I've got some videos done up for the a week-long course type thing, mostly practicing on what I want to do with courses and whatnot. So of course it's free, and this is also something that I think people should think about as well. A lot of people are talking about free and is it okay and everything else, and are you undervaluing yourself? And I think it just depends on what you're talking about. And for me right now, I don't have a professional editor. I've never done these courses before, and I'm just testing. And I would much rather test and let things go out instead of holding myself up, trying to be perfect, comparing myself again to other people, and instead let them go out for free, unpolished, really rough, really raw. But in the process, I'm sharing with you the journey I hope to take, and also in the process of hoping that there's a journey I want to take, you're also hopefully following along with me and letting me know what I'm going wrong, what's right, what you want. And so, okay, so you get an unpolished video, but you get it for free, and you hopefully then get to help me shape what a good video looks like in a good course. So yeah, that's just what I'm saying. And that's the other thing too, is that I'm trying to practice what I preach. And you know, if you're following me on Instagram and whatnot, you might be like, oh wow, you know, her life is so perfect and everything else. Guys, it's far from it. Like, really. And this is another great thing, but this link that's just been shared, that one of the other mermaids, Kimberly, shared, and I shared it in the group because I think that it was perfect. This Amanda Palmer thing that's going around on Medium, apparently she wrote a bigger post on Patreon, but the Amanda Palmer one that she talks about, you know, how you're always comparing yourself to other people, and you know, you have no idea what the other person's actually going through. And yes, I will admit right now, if you look, it's beautiful, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this. Look at this. There's the boat down there. However, and there's definitely highlights, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. But don't confuse the highlights with crapping on yourself, basically, and saying, why aren't I doing the same? Because the big thing is, what I didn't show you was this morning I had to go back to bed at around 9 o'clock because I was up from 3 o'clock in the morning until 9 because the tide came in and the swell was horrible and we were rocking and I couldn't sleep. So you don't have that. You just got my sunglasses on right now because it's a bit bright. But even if it wasn't bright, I'd probably still have my sunglasses on. And also the fact that, you know, beforehand I had so much guilt because the kids were really pushing me. They wanted to come with me. They wanted to come up to the cafe. And I was torn because I really needed this time. I was so tired and I haven't had a chance to work on my videos. I haven't had a chance to really work on anything. The internet hasn't been so good. And I've been really kind of frustrated there because I do want to get these things out and I do want to do that. And this is part of what this trip was that this is not my dream trip. I mean, I'm not saying that's a shitty trip. It's been fantastic, but it's not my dream. It's Patrick's dream. And my dream is to be writing and to write around the world and to sit in places like this and write. But just because I get to do that part, we often ignore that sticky middle in between part, or we just look at the shiny parts and we kind of then look at ourselves. And I think what we do is we beat ourselves up. We put a lot of shame on ourselves and we say that our version is much worse than other people's versions. And what I mean by that is that we look at other people's shiny parts and think, okay, you know, the grass is greener on the other side, but it really is. There's a reason why people say that, because they look at that and they go, yeah, no, this part, look how I'm failing and this person is doing it right. But of course, you know, guys, Instagram, it's curated. You know, I'm not showing you when I'm upset or crying. Like this morning, actually, I shared a post about Carrie Fisher and the autopsy that she recently had. And yeah, and I really agree with that post, which was basically said that it doesn't matter what she had in her blood, fuck off. You know, like, she was an awesome person and it doesn't matter. But what I didn't share, of course, is that whenever I see autopsies right now at the moment, it is a trigger for me because my brother recently died and also died of a drug overdose. So of course the autopsy, we were waiting to find out exactly what it was that killed him, but we knew what killed him. I mean, it was just a matter of what. And so that part I don't show, you know, and I think this is something that we need to be working on. We need to be looking at ourselves and looking at ourselves with compassion and reminding that it doesn't matter who it is, the other person is also judging themselves, and we all do it. Like I said, Amanda Palmer is judging herself against Regina and Tori, and then we turn around and, you know, Beyonce, she's judging herself against other people. You know, like, it doesn't matter who you are, you're always looking around going, oh, they're doing it better. And I think this is something that we need to try to stop. We need to start looking where these issues are coming from, and the fact that we're not protected, we're young, and when we start getting our view of the world, and we haven't really challenged that sense. We're still very much looking at that viewpoint, and I never really believed that when I first started reading about people talking about, you know, you're looking at it from a child's viewpoint, until I became a mother, and I realized just how much of my own beliefs have never really been challenged because I'm seeing myself passing them on sometimes without even meaning to, or when I do challenge them, that I actually see that we're being challenged. Anyway, so that's me rambling again. I'm hoping that it's getting a little less rambly, guys. Yeah, I'm going to stop now. So if you're in the group, or if you're not in the group, come join the group. Just type in Creative Mermaids Facebook group. You'll find us. And if you can't do that, then that's the challenge to actually make it to. I know people are always telling you, you know, you should be linking directly to and everything else. But truthfully, I don't want it to be too easy. If you can't type in Creative Mermaids to join, you don't really want to be part of the group. And that's fine by me. I'd rather have a much smaller engaged group than a big group. I don't care about numbers. That's one thing that I think that I've at least got that much worked out. You know, numbers do not matter to me. The engagement matters to me. And so, yeah. So if you can't type in Creative Mermaids into a Facebook group, we'll wait for you until you are ready to do that. We're not going to chase you down. But if you are, the first week of July, we're going to do the deep dive course. Like I said, it's going to be for free because we're working this out. There are kinks, there's rambling, I'm still doing this, there's no editing. But Alex, I'm looking at you for future editing videos come September. I'm just thinking. But the point being is that, yeah, these are things to keep in mind. And I think also free is not a problem as long as you know why you're doing it. And you shouldn't be giving away your best stuff for free, but it all has to do with that whole vibrations. And if you feel good doing it, then do it. And if you feel crap doing it, then don't. But there's probably a reason why you feel good or crap doing it. For me, I feel at the moment that I'm refining this stuff and I really want to help people. I want to know where I'm doing it right and where I'm doing it wrong. And I'm hoping that by letting you into this messy process, I inspire you to do your own messy process. And also that, yeah, you can let me know, by the way, you totally missed the mark there, or actually, no, this was actually quite good. So yeah, see you in the group, hopefully. And if you are in the group, think about something for next week that you want to focus on. Like I said, I don't believe in the hustle 24/7. Anyone who's selling that is selling burnout. So, but if you're at a point in your life where you need to hustle, then absolutely. So we're going to be at different stages, and that's okay. The important thing is to root for each other, support each other, but to really focus on your own stuff. So think about something, a project, anything, whether it's a project you want to work on for being paid or a project you want to work on for yourself. I don't care if it's you finally want to learn how to knit a pair of socks or if you want to get that book launched out like a rocket. We're going to start working at that, look at some of the restrictions we have put upon ourselves, and start diving deep. Okay, guys, see you next week. It should be fun, exciting, yay!